Hey guys, and welcome back to another Roblox spray painting video. So the latest manga I've finished reading was Chainsaw Man, and I got to say, I liked it a lot. I really liked it. And with the anime coming very soon this year, it's like the first piece of media that I'm actually quite excited for. And so in honor of the anime adaptation coming soon, and because I just like Chainsaw Man, we'll be doing a massive mural today of Denji himself, aka Chainsaw Man. Oh, and be sure to watch to the end because there's a small little blatant detail that I for some reason missed out in the drawing and I had to add in last second. Anyway, with that said, let's head on to the speed paint itself. Yeah, so already you can see the new spray paint tools helping me out. The first thing you'd notice is that my character's flying. So yeah, when I saw this flying tool command, it was like saving grace because I don't think I would have had this like big of a scale without help of this fly tool. Like new angles that it gave me, I was like so happy that I can actually go up high into the tall parts of the wall and whatnot. And yes, the straight line tool, I know I'm getting so excited over these basic tools, but I mean the straight line tool helps so much to cut down on time. I couldn't have imagined myself getting those like really straight lines freehand, especially with the mouse. So the straight line tool, you would see it saves so much time for me, it's like incredible. Here I move on to the little details on the chainsaw, and I was afraid of going messy here, but at the same time I'm like, I guess that kind of sketchiness and that kind of style reflects on the manga, because I don't know if you've seen the manga yourself, but you'd know that there's a lot of sketchy line work, and I was about to use straight lines for like the chainsaw like spike bits, but doing them freehand, I just thought it looks a bit more effective that way. And here I begin the coloring, and yes, I start to use the straight line tool here as well for like the shadows and stuff. I thought it was just like a tad bit easier and more quicker since I could guide the direction of the straight line, where to go and whatnot. I know I could do this freehand, but I just thought it was quicker this way for some reason. And I tried to make sure that the shadow was actually very like contrasting to the actual base color itself, so when you look at it from a distance, like you can actually see like the tones and stuff, like really bold shadows like you would see in anime. Here I begin to color in the chainsaw head part itself, and I think I was really satisfied with this part because of the opacity tool, which is another new tool that they added in the game, where I could just make really smooth shadows and like light shadows, and you can see it really well here on like the orange. Yeah, the opacity tool, changing how light or dark it can be, like gradually building up the tone. It's like really good. Okay, so here I was worried that the saw blades were a little too clean looking. So again, I went with the opacity tool to add like some scratchy shading to it. Just add a little bit more of a rendered style to it. And like, you know, making it look like metal material. And here you can see the tiny little 0.1 details. I thought I needed a little bit more texture to it because it was a little too clean for my liking. So I add like scratches and like more tiny folds on the shirt and scratches on the saw blades and on the head and whatnot to like, yeah, just give it more texture in general. I just went back to thin out some line works because I thought some of the line work areas were just a bit too bold, and I just wanted to make it a bit thinner, especially you can see around the arms. I started to replace the line work there. Okay, now with the big main guy out of the way, I'd start work on the background. So you can see here, and I'm not sure again if you're familiar with the Chainsaw Man manga covers, they just use so many like bright colors that I just really like in general. And it's kind of a almost commonplace where the Chainsaw Man covers, they would have like organs like decorated around the cover, but not in like the most typical, you know, red, pink, gory colorways, but in like these really nice orange, pinks and blues, which is so cool. Like that's that kind of like weird twisted style, but so nice looking. And I tried to do that here. I felt like I could have gone with a different color for the intestines, but I mean, I guess that bright orange still works out here, and I just wanted to kind of decorate them around the place to make the scene a bit more dynamic and less like kind of flat, and not have Denji just kind of floating in space and whatnot. Just adding those like dynamic organ shapes, I thought it would be like a little nice touch to it. And yes, as always, the most satisfying part for last is the neon. You could see here it worked so well with the eye. Again, using the opacity tool to give like levels of brightness, and yeah, just looking at the eye is just so satisfying to do with neon. And you can see here with the background, I wanted to add like a tiny bit more detail, and I thought why not have the Chainsaw Man title card in Japanese in the background and like this low opacity to just really bring this whole piece together. And again, I think the neon just looks so good here, like so good. The tie and the drawstring of the chainsaw, like the most in-your-face details. I can't believe I missed them out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this far into the video. Remember to leave a like and comment because I'm 100% going to be making more drawings of the characters in this manga. And if you're a fan of this anime stuff in general, I have an Eren Yeager video I made in the past. You can see that on screen now with my playlist, and I'll see you all next time. 僕ら生きてる